Thank you all for joining today. It is so exciting to see young, soon to be clinicians and physicians in the endometriosis space here and excited and passionate about this illness and changing things for the better. And not only endometriosis, but menstrual health at large and all the things that go around with that in our society. So tell us a bit about your project. Tell us what's behind you right now.
We are medical students. We're all from Wyoming, and we're part of this program called the WWAMI program. That's a partnership between University of Washington and University of Wyoming. We are all passionate about women's health, as well as just decreasing stigma around periods, as well as providing access to product in the Wyoming region. We started this project. I guess I originally had the idea of the project actually from an experience that I had in Jackson, Wyoming. I went into a high school and there's a basket of tampons and pads in the girls' bathroom, and it said, "Take as many as you need." And when I went into that bathroom, I just felt this sense of security and safety and just kind of relief for all of these people who need menstruation products, that they had this access. They weren't worried about if they could afford it, and also if they forgot it. Sometimes obviously women just start their periods without knowing. And I just felt like this was such a important and kind of, I guess, poignant thing that needed to be talked about. And I just thought that we as medical students have this great platform to be able to spread awareness of this issue, as well as kind of start up an initiative. And I'm from Laramie, Wyoming, and I had so many opportunities. I went to high school there. I went to University of Wyoming, that's in Laramie. I did 2 years of my my graduate degree in Laramie, and I have all these opportunities. And it really is horrible for me to think of women and people who have periods who don't get the same opportunities that I had just because they don't have access to menstrual products. So that was kind of where the root of the project started. And I was able to work with Dr. Tracy Haas, who has been so instrumental to this project. And I was able to combine my education as well as her expertise and passion for women's health and start this program up. And then it grew, and Sam and Bethany also joined as first-year medical students when I became a second year. So this project has grown from there.
I think where my passion for WYPEP comes in is the fact that I am a medical student, and I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have access to period products. Getting into medical school is no small feat, and you have to be involved in extracurriculars, and you have to do well in school. And if I did not have the privilege of having access to product and not being stigmatized by menstruation, I don't think I would be here today. And as a woman in medicine, I want to make sure that there are more young girls and women that are encouraged and can see that they can also go into medicine.
That's an excellent point. As you said, if someone is menstruating once a month, that's usually on average 7 days. That's 7 days of them having to figure out how they're going to get through if they don't have access to menstrual hygiene products. And we think that everybody has access when the reality is they don't. And when we were talking earlier, it was a very, very sad reality that some people are having to figure out ways to make other items as a sanitary napkin, actual, as you mentioned, even children's diapers, having to figure out how to make that work, or tissues or pieces of paper towel or whatever they might have. And that's unacceptable, that has to be someone's way of life and getting through what is just a human body function. What is your mission with the project? What would you like to accomplish?
I think one of the big things that we really want to accomplish is to reduce the stigma surrounding menstruation. And I think that really comes with education, not only of young women and girls and people who are menstruating, but also men and those who are not menstruating. It really begins at education.
And just for our audience, can you explain a little educational background on exactly what is period poverty?
Period poverty is basically when you can't afford or have decreased access to menstrual products, but it also can be you don't have clean water, you don't have access to a toilet, you don't have access to a safe place that you can deal with your period. It's a bunch of different things, but I think the main problem is that women and people who menstruate, they are making choices between having food, having shelter, and whether or not they can afford product. And so it really significantly impacts people's lives. So it's like a week out of their month, every month, that they are struggling and feel that they can't live their lives, basically.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what exactly you're focused on at this very moment, what you hope to see, let's say, in the next year with your project?
So for the next year, YPEP is really focused on just raising awareness. We had the ability to make these cards that are informational that we're going to place around the Laramie community and hopefully some communities surrounding Laramie, Wyoming as well, to just help raise awareness about what period poverty is, start reducing that stigma, increasing access to menstrual health supplies, hopefully by some donations. But that's where we're kind of going in this next year. We have some community partners here working with us on the University of Wyoming campus. So they'll be able to help continue this as we move forward in our medical education. They'll still be here to make sure this project continues.
Excellent. I mean, when I look back to when I was in school, which was many years ago now, period poverty was not discussed. It was not something that ever came up in a topic of conversation, nor did menstrual health disorders. That was not part of the educational curriculum in health class. It was very much strictly, the birds and the bees, and that was that, and nothing else about a female body. So what you're doing is just so helpful for for young people, and also for those that just don't have access. So thank you for everything. And I do want to make sure that we utilize this platform to have a call to action. So Dr. Haas, what is the call to action? How can we rally behind this? How can we help?
Thank you so much, Diana. So this, has been really exciting to have medical students and others on campus here at the University of Wyoming be a part of this initiative. I think we're all sort of appalled by the number that 1 in 5 girls are missing school and missing out on extracurricular activities because of their periods. It's just astronomical. And now you throw in pandemic and other socioeconomic things that are happening in our world right now. And then the latest stat is that 2/3 of women who are menstruating are having to choose food over menstrual hygiene products. And so this initiative of just getting awareness out there, really reducing stigma, and then a call to action for some advocacy around the country is really more important now than ever. So I think, starting off, we really want to, number one, normalize the conversation about periods. As Maddie mentioned, it's really crucial to reducing shame and stigma when we're able to kind of talk about periods, what's normal, what's not normal, and have it not be just something that, women deal with in secrecy and in shame. I think we need to first remove that. Another call to action here is that we need to be talking more to teens about how they purchase menstrual products. I think the more we ask these right questions, we'll find out that people are, choosing things other than really expensive or sometimes hard to find tampons. Mm-hmm. And so if we keep that conversation going, we can figure that out and then help solve those issues.
Well, thank you for that. thank you for all that you are doing. If we can get everyone back on the screen, that would be awesome. Thank you again for being with us and for letting us know so much about your project and how we can get involved, and also the educational component about period poverty, which really does need to be a bigger topic of discussion. So thank you again, and we hope to see you all soon.
Thanks so much, Diana.
Thank you.